Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I am super excited. In fact, the most excited I think I've ever been to sit down and film a video for you guys, because today is the official relaunch of the Mad About Skin range. My own skincare collection, which has been going through a bit of a rebranding in the past 12 months, and I'm so excited to share with you all the information today. We're going to do a real deep dive. We're going to talk about the rebranding itself, what has changed versus what hasn't, some of the decisions made and how we reached those, and I'm going to give you some insider information to the industry itself. I'm then going to talk individually about each and every one of the products to hopefully help you understand them a bit more, work out whether they might be right for your skincare routine and your individual skin's needs. I have got a lot to get through in today's video, so I reckon in true Mad About Skin style, we should just cut that waffle and delve straight on in. I'm going to attempt to do this video all in one take. No jump cuts, no edits. And the reason I wanted to do that is that way it's just me speaking from my heart. You know, I am so grateful for the love, the kindness and support that you guys show me each and every day, because without that, I definitely wouldn't be here today. And so I just wanted it to be chatty and free flowing, like friends sitting around talking all things skincare. I have got a lot to get through, and so I have left timestamps in the description box below, like I do for all my videos. So if you want to jump to one section of the video over another, those links are all there. I've also linked all the products mentioned. So again, they're there for your convenience if you want to check out the price point, the ingredients, or make a purchase. All those links are there in the description box below. And many of you have tried the products already in their previous packaging and iteration. Well, the great news is the formulas haven't changed. And this was something that was really important to me, because as a consumer, I hate it when brands take one of my favorite products and reformulate it. Because you just feel like, oh, I loved it for a reason. I don't want a different version of it. I just like it when brands keep their formulas the same. And so these formulas haven't changed. If you loved them before, you'll love them just as much now. What has changed though is the packaging, the aesthetic, and everything that goes around that. So if you have already tried any of the products in their old packaging, let us know in the comments section below what your experiences were, any feedback that you have, the results that you got, because I think it's always useful for people that maybe haven't tried them to hear other people's impressions and reviews of them, and I would certainly love to read them. Now we're going to delve into things, and I think the best place to start is like the road traveled so far. So I started this brand 4 years ago, and things have changed a lot in 4 years. You know, if I look at the industry, it has changed. What consumers want from products has certainly changed. And the channel itself has changed. You know, when I started this, we had 5,000 subscribers. Now we have over 600,000. And I have to keep pinching myself every time I say that, because it just to prove it's actually real. So again, thank you so much. And I felt that a year ago when we started this was the right time. Everything just aligned to refresh the brand and do maybe what I wanted to always do originally, but couldn't due to time constraints and certainly cash flow constraints. It just felt the right time to kind of mix things up a little bit, and hence the rebranding that we're talking about today. Now, as of today, the time that you're watching this video, all the products are now on general sale on the website, which again is linked below and on the screen now. For those of you that took advantage of the pre-order period, first of all, thank you. The volume of orders were honestly, far exceeded even my wildest hopes and expectations. So thank you so much. And if you've pre-ordered the products already, don't worry, they are all getting ready for dispatch to go out to you. You will have those products to go onto your skin very shortly. The UK orders are already going out now, and the international ones will be starting this weekend too. So again, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all of those that have pre-ordered and for your patience while we get through the volume of orders that we've got. Honestly, I haven't been able to stop smiling since the pre-order first started. So let's not keep anyone in suspense. This is the new color palette, colorway of the new product line. This is like night and day compared to the original. So originally the products were all in very utilitarian packaging. Everything, all the componentry was white, it was all very, I'd say was functional, and that was really necessitated by cost. You know, I have set this brand up from the scratch. There's been zero investors. Nobody has put their coin into this. This has been something that I funded and developed from day one on my own. And of course, that comes with benefits. I am free to create the products that I want to create, and there's no one telling me how I should do things. But it comes with some drawbacks, that there are going to be cost constraints, and that's really how the original packaging came about. When I approached the agency about doing a little tweak, a little bit of a rebranding, what they actually said was the formulations they loved. They described the formulations as A+, but they said the packaging was kind of like a C-, and we needed to bring the two into line. I was initially, I'm not going to lie, a little bit hurt and offended by that. And now I look at it and compare the old packaging to the new one, they were absolutely right. They were spot on, and the agency had done such a phenomenal job of bringing this to life. So I would say a big shout out, because the guys that work behind the scenes on a lot of this never seem to get any love and support, and they deserve it. So I want to say a big shout out to the Landed agency here in the UK, who, if you guys, any of you guys are in the market for, you know, branding or marketing, these guys are like A+, and I've linked them in the description box below. They're a smaller design agency that just genuinely worked with me and completely got the vision that I was going for. So as you can see, we have a riot of colour versus the very plain packaging that came before. And I think this is more reflective of my personality and who I am as a person and how I interact with products. I like colour, I like this visual, I like the sensorial, I like things to draw me in, and that's certainly something that this packaging now does in a way that the other packaging absolutely didn't. We also tested the componentry that goes into this packaging so many times to make sure it's the very best it can be. So there's no splitting, breaking, you know, pumps not working, things like that. No. We've been able to stress test all of this to make sure that, like I say, that packaging is A+ to go with the formulations. So we're going to talk about what has changed. But first of all, what hasn't changed? The formulations, as I said before, if you like them before, the exact same formulations now, and that was something that was really important to me. You also notice with the price point. So a lot of times when brands do these rebranding exercises, they'll think, oh, our packaging looks nice now, our products are definitely more appealing, so let's like add 30% to the price point. We are not about that price gouging. Absolutely not. We're not. What was really important to me is that we were consistent with our pricing. So where there has been any tweaks to pricing, it's as a result of an individual part of the componentry that you guys asked for going up in price or something like that. But everything is, the average price change on these products is 5%. Some have actually gone down in price, which I'll be refreshing. Some of them have gone up by upwards of 5%, but that is the maximum. And I want to be completely transparent with that, because so many brands are out there to price gouge, and I am not one of them. So let's start off with the products. Let's go through the products themselves, and I'll talk about some of the rebranding as we go through each one. So starting off with our treatment range, which are the ones that come in bottles. These are what we call like the active packed serums. They're actually going to deliver, you know, the core benefits of your routine. We've then, of course, got the cleanser, we've got the moisturizer and the sunscreen, which are what I call like the essentials, the essential components. So I'm going to start with these because the color just draws me in, and these are the ones that I think are going to need the best explanation. So let's start with this. This is the multi-active super serum. So used to be known just as the super serum, but we added the multi-active in there because I think that best describes exactly what you're getting in here. An entire skincare routine in a bottle. So in here, you've got vitamin C, you've got peptides, you've got azelaic acid, you've got a fantastic blend of antioxidants to protect the skin. It's like a one and done. And I use this every single morning in my skincare routine to kind of make sure I've got everything covered. It's got everything covered, and you can then add any additional products you want alongside it. For the colouring, we went for this bright like pink and orange, but the actual componentry itself is yellow, which is the true colour of the product in here. That's because it contains coenzyme Q10, one of my favourite antioxidants, which has that rich yellow coloration, and we wanted that to shine through and be reflected in the packaging. Now, what you'll notice when you get any of these products is, first of all, the quality of the paper. We actually sourced from Europe, the paper, the card that we used for these. That way, we wanted it to be as environmentally friendly as possible, so have the highest percentage of recycled material as possible, but also to be slightly thicker, slightly of a higher quality. And hopefully when you get the products, you'll absolutely be able to feel that. The card is just what I like to think is next level. It's those little touches that the agency we worked with really helped like bring those to life. I wouldn't have thought to do this. I just thought card was card. You know, it doesn't matter. Absolutely not. And hopefully when you'll just feel that it has a luxury feel to it. And that's something I really wanted to bring into the brand, knowing that you can have luxury without having to have that luxury price point that comes with it. You'll also notice on all of these bottles, if you touch them, they have a little bit, they have a tactile feel to them. We're used to, as consumers, having completely smooth bottles, and that's actually achieved by something called acid dipping. So they'll dip the bottles multiple times into an acid dip, which will get it completely smooth. Acid dipping is the worst thing you can do in skincare for the environment. It is horrendous. It leaks into water sources. It's really hard to do like the cleanup afterwards. Acid dipping is not good, and I said from the start, we don't need to do that. We don't need acid dipping. As consumers, actually having a bit of a feel to a product isn't a bad thing. And actually, I think having now tried them without the acid dipping so we can be more environmentally conscious, that tactile feel actually is great, because when your hands are wet in the bathroom, they're less likely to slip because it's something to grip onto. So it's things like that. If you touch your products, your skincare products, and they are completely smooth, know that that's been acid dipped multiple times, which just, it's not good for the environment. I wanted to like lead by example with this line and do things that are actually going to, you know, change the industry little by little, and hopefully we can move away from acid dipping and enjoy a little bit of a tactile feel to our products. For this super serum, we actually went with a pump dispenser, and the reason for that is we feel like the viscosity of the product just lended itself better to having a pump dispenser. And it's that sort of thought that it took a long time. We tried many droppers, we tried many pumps, and we worked out that actually having a dropper on this was the best way forward, whereas other products are better with pumps. And that's something, the thought that I think has really gone through the whole product range. Second one I want to talk about is this. This is the Ultimate Anti-Aging Oil. So this contains retinol, which is my favorite retinoid that's available over the counter. I think retinol just works so much better than retinol. You know, it's closer to the retinoic acid our skin needs to deliver the anti-aging benefit. So fewer conversions means it loses less of its potency. And I think that's really important, because you just tend to get next level results from retinol, which is why it's always the retinoid that I personally recommend. So of course, when I created my own product, it has that retinol as the core ingredient here. You've also got some other calming and soothing ingredients alongside some other retinoids in here too, which are kind of going to supplement that retinol to get the very best results. This is in a beautiful oil and is used as part of your evening skincare routine. Gently enough to be used every single night. And again, we went with the dropper because this way it'll really help you apply the right amount. You know, some people will need slightly more of a retinoid if they have a larger surface area. I've got a big face. I need a little bit more than the average person, and that's okay. Some people use it on the neck, others don't. And so having a dropper just allows you to dispense the exact amount you need, which is really important with a retinoid. You don't want to overuse too much of it and risk irritation, but also you need to use enough to get a full coverage. And having the dropper rather than a pump makes that possible. Now, the two products that come with pump applicators are these two. Let's first talk about the Ultra Protection Antioxidant Cream. Now, this for me, if you had to say like what's my favorite product in the collection, it would be this. And that's because it combines all my favorite antioxidants. We have been completely transparent, as I kind of demand this from other brands and call them out for not being. So I have to put my money where my mouth is. All of the percentages on the products are there on the product. So you'll see that with the super serum, you've got that with the retinoid concentration in the anti-aging oil. If you want to know the percentages, they're there on the pack, which just makes it super easy to know as consumers exactly what we're putting on our skin. And I think that's really, really important. So this is the Ultra Protection Antioxidant Cream, which comes with a great blend of resveratrol, one of the very, very best like pro-collagen antioxidants. You've got pycnogenol, which is amazing because it actually provides a shield around the collagen in our skin, great for preventing premature aging. Ferulic acid, which is great to pair alongside the vitamin C because the two work really well to fade hyperpigmentation and boost the protection in the skin. And then you've got coenzyme Q10, which, as I said earlier in the video, is my absolute favorite of the antioxidants because it gives the skin the energy it needs to be at tip-top health, but also that free radical protection. We went with a beautiful green color on this bottle because I think that reflects some of the natural components in here. We've used a lot of plant-based antioxidants too, and I thought that tied in quite well with it. You've got a pump here, and let me tell you, with this pump, I never thought I would get this involved in choosing pumps for products, but we must have tried at least 30 different ones to choose the right one. So what's important with this is it locks. And it's a tight lock. So you can absolutely lock this and know that you can travel with it without it spilling out. This, for me, having had way too many, suitcases ruined by spilt product, this is important. It also dispenses just the right amount for an application, which I think is really, really key. None of those pumps that spray out everywhere or just don't work. This just gives you the right amount and works perfectly with the viscosity of the product. Because this is slightly creamy, you can kind of press it into the skin and get a little extra hydration, a little extra plumping from the product. And that's all the humectants and hydrators that are in here too. Absolutely, like I say, these are like my babies, so I shouldn't choose a favorite, but if I had to pick one, it probably would be the antioxidant. Now, finally, for the treatments, we have the light chemical peel gel. So this was always our worst selling product. And I think the reason for that was it wasn't really clearly articulated in the old packaging what it actually did. And I think that's a shame because this is one of the best formulations I think we've come out with. In here, you've got a blend of, and again, all the percentages are on here, glycolic acid, lactic acid, and salicylic acid, together giving you the best exfoliation experience. Then you've got 2% kojic acid, and that is the key here. Kojic acid is one of the best over-the-counter pigment correctors. It's going to help smooth everything out, fade hyperpigmentation and discoloration. And I think the way that this needs to be used is best demonstrated by just reading the box. So here you'll see on the box what it's designed to do. You've also got clear instructions on how to use it and the frequency of the use. So I would use this once or twice a week as a leave-on treatment. Put it on the skin, wait for 10 minutes for all those exfoliating acids and kojic acid to get to work, and then go in with the rest of your skincare routine. No need to rinse off as it self-neutralizes, so it's the easiest light chemical peel you are going to find on the market. Trust me, just a couple of uses, the hyperpigmentation will be fading, you'll see a more even skin tone, and that kojic acid is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in that. Like I said, it was never our bestseller before, absolutely not. But under the rebranded, the better explanation, we've now seen that this, according to the pre-order period, has been one of our bestsellers. And that makes me really happy because I think the formulation is really hard to get a 2% strength kojic acid over the counter, and I wanted to bring that at a fair price point in that product. I'm so proud of that. So now for our tube-based product. So here we have the, we'll start off with the cleanser. This is the Mad About Skin Cream Velvet Cleansing Wash. So this was, I think, a pretty good seller when we first launched it 4 years ago, and it has its core fan base. Customers buying it time and time again because they just love the consistency. So we kind of brought it out in what it says here. So we've got the Cream Velvet Cleansing Wash, and I think that best describes what this will be. It's on that application, it's like a velvety feel, a cream with a velvety feel to it. You can work it into the skin, and then when you rinse it off, it rinses away without a trace. No film left on the skin, no dryness, no irritation. And I am so proud of this product. How I use it is I use it for my facial massage. I wanted to create a product that had retained that slip long enough that you could use it for a facial massage. You work this in for 60 seconds, just circular motions massaging the skin. It'll be phenomenal for anti-aging, lymphatic drainage, and it keeps it slip long enough to actually enable you to do that. What's also great about this is it works as a double cleanse in one. Because of some of the oils in here, it's going to break apart makeup, any sunscreen that you have, even water-resistant makeup, gone like that. But the way that when you add water to it, it emulsifies, almost feels like a gel wash. So you're getting that hybrid, oil or balm cleanser and gel cleanser all in one. I love it. Bit of an unsung hero because I think it's hard to get excited about a cleanser, which is why people buy it maybe as an afterthought, but they shouldn't. Cleansing starts your routine, and if you start your routine well, everything else is just going to work so much better for you. The Mad About Skin sunscreen, I wanted to create a sunscreen early on into this skincare line because for me, sunscreen is a non-negotiable and it can take a lot of time and effort to come up with a sunscreen. We wanted to use new generation filters, the ones that are actually going to give you some longevity of protection. So if you go in with a lot of older style filters, they're photo unstable and so they end up degrading after 2 hours, which is why you have to reapply and reapply. This actually has a 6-hour protection factor. So you apply this to the skin and you're good for 6 hours because of those new generation filters used, and that was really important to me. The feedback that people have given on this product, it makes me so happy to hear people say things like it's the first sunscreen I've actually enjoyed applying, which is like music to my ears. That people say, oh, I've taken it to X tropical climate and never had an issue with it at all, which I think proves if you can use a sunscreen on the beach and it protects you, then it's good to go. And this has gone through 2 rounds of independent testing, which actually has proven that SPF and the PA value, that value that protects you against UVA rays, the ones that age us, is also sky high and true broad spectrum protection. The key thing here, 100 mils. So when you see this, it's 100 mil of product. So double the size of your traditional Korean sunscreen for the same price. So you're getting double the amount of product, which is something I really, really wanted to advocate for because I want people to use their sunscreens, not to be priced out of the market. So to bring something effective, affordable, with that double size in terms of the mils that you're getting, that to me was something that was really, really important. Now, finally, we have the Mad About Skin Moisturizer. Now, this we call the Maximum Impact Moisturizer because this is going to deliver so much more than the rest of the drugstore moisturizers on the market. And that's because you've got a beautiful blend of hydrators, you've got humectants, you've got a touch of urea, which is one of my favorite to soften the skin down, and just a great blend of different actives to take this moisturizing experience to the next level. Now, I am super oily and acne prone. I can use this and I have no problems whatsoever. And that was, again, important to me. So this is an oily skin friendly option. For those of you that, do have the occasional breakouts, this is a moisturizer you can actually use and rely on. It layers well on top of itself. So if you're someone with super dry skin that wants, a little extra hydration, put a layer on, wait for it to sink in, put another layer on top, and it won't pill, it won't ball up, it won't budge. It'll just give you the best coverage. And these three are what I call like the core. Start with the cleanser, apply the moisturizer, and then put some sunscreen on top, and you have like the best bookends to an effective skincare routine that you can then complement with the addition of any of these actives. The eagle-eyed amongst you might notice that in this collection, we don't have the, what was in the old collection, the peptide serum or the lip balm. That's because we actually struggled to source some of the raw materials for both of those. But don't worry, they are coming back. And if you want to be on the wait list for either of them, just let me know. There's a contact us section of the website. Just go on that. Just say, please add me to the wait list, and we will add you to the wait list of either of those. They will be coming back. They haven't been discontinued, but I didn't want to change the formula. We couldn't get hold of one of the raw ingredients, and I didn't want to change the formula just to be, and then hope that no one notices. That's not what I'm about. So I thought it was worth waiting so we can keep with the original formulation that people seem to love, and that'll be back very, very, very shortly. We of course actually have the full collection. So if you order all of them, you can get them all together in one collection, which will actually come with a 15% saving versus all bought individually. So if you wanted to buy the whole lot, you can actually save the equivalent of 15% versus buying them individually, which again, just my way of rewarding some loyalty there. This whole process has been a labor of love for me, and one that would have been so easy to have given up on if I wasn't really passionate about bringing forward the packaging that I think matches the quality of the formulations. I was always so confident in our formulation and the quality of it, but the packaging, it was always like a needs must based on cash flow and timings. And now I'm really, really proud to say I have a brand that I'm happy to put my name to, and to be able to share with you guys. So much went into this, from the changing of the logo, as you can see, the different logo from what we had before, through to testing hundreds of different components, pumps, droppers, tubes, to make sure that we can bring you the very, very best, and to do it in a really sustainable way. We've been able to reduce the outer packaging, so you can see all of our tube-based products now come just as tubes. All the information is on them. You don't need that outer cardboard component, which we got away with to actually reduce the amount of cardboard in the collection, and do things like move away from acid dipping. You know, embracing the natural feel of the glass products to, you know, protect water sources, minimize our environmental impact. That was really, really important to me. And like I say, we've got recycling instructions on all the products. If you want to recycle, I would encourage everyone to do so. You know exactly how to do that. Now, thank you to everybody who has already pre-ordered. If you have, your products are shipping out to you in our new mailers, which again, I am so happy. We designed to be as robust as possible. Minimum risk of anything happening to the products in posting, which again, just hopefully takes our brand to the next level and something we can guarantee to you guys. So watch out for these mailers dropping on your doormat imminently. If you haven't ordered, like I say, everything is available for order on general sale now. And if you have any questions whatsoever, let me know in the comments section below. I love to hear your guys' feedback, and yeah, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody that's been part of this journey, from the landed agency that did the designs, to family that kept me sane as I was going through this project, and of course to Tom, who has been a value, a lot of you will know from the live streams on the channel, that has been just such a friend and support through all of this, and has allowed me to bounce all my ideas off him, from the good ideas to the outlandish and ridiculous ones. He's helped me kind of hone in on what I really want from this brand. So from the bottom of my heart, love to each and every one of you. Take care, guys. Bye.